The gentleman from Ohio, the vice chair of the Digital Asset Subcommittee and the chair of the Housing Subcommittee, Mr. Davidson.
Thank you, Chairman, and thank you for a great career of service. Thank you for the opportunity to be not just a friend, not just a colleague, but to become one of your leaders and lieutenants as you chair the committee. As I first came onto the committee, I got elected in 2016. In 2017, became a member of the committee. Patrick McHenry was one of the guys that you look at and say, a lot of people underestimate him, and he's used that as a massive strength, very skillfully, and built his influence, not just in this committee, not just in this area of jurisdiction across our entire economy, and frankly, the global economy, because of the role the United States plays in it, but across the conference and in American politics. We saw him become the 55th and a half speaker, or as I refer to him, the triple nickel. And so he did that, and I think history will remember him favorably for exercising an amazing amount of restraint and focusing on the mission. I will say if the powers were expansive, he'd probably still be the speaker, but he forced it and said, no, you will pick a speaker. Not an easy task, and certainly not one I think he wanted to have thrust upon him. But as is the case, everything moves on, and I look forward to seeing, Chairman, what you do in the future. I hope our friendship endures well past our service in this body, and I just want to say thank you for your sacrifice and service.
Thank you, my friend. Thank you.
Others have joined that fray, and without objection, I'd ask to enter a letter stating the thanks and gratitude from Cato, and another letter from wrong stack, the DeFi Education Fund. So,
without objection.
So, as you all work in the industry, the market thinks that this is a really good time for crypto in particular, for digital assets, for financial innovation. Ms. Dixon, what is the biggest opportunity and what's the biggest risk as we go into the next Congress?
Thank you so much for the question. It's very nice to see you. The biggest opportunity is, which I want to start with, is the fact that we can actually see this technology grow. We can see this technology flourish. We have traditional financial infrastructure that's wanted to come into tokenization, that's wanted to come into digital assets, and they've been hamstrung a bit because of the regulatory environment. We have a stablecoin bill that's been proposed here. Hopefully we can get that pushed through. We can get market structure through. I think it just opens the floodgates of innovation with respect to traditional financial infrastructure and even those companies that aren't in the finance sector that want to leverage this technology. I think the risk is that we all that we don't stay grounded in what the value of it is. We need to stay grounded to the opportunities that this technology presents, that digital assets generally present, and we need to stay focused on the outcomes that we want to see instead of craziness in the market.
Thank you. Mr. McCauley, could you answer the same questions?
The biggest risk is also the biggest opportunity, which is we need to make sure that America wins in digital assets. We have won in capital markets, we have won in technology, we have won in the internet. We need to make sure that over the next few years, the U.S. gets established as the global leader in the digital asset ecosystem.
Yeah, thank you, and I appreciate that. That's really well stated. I mean, it's great. The biggest threat, it will be gone. Gensler will be leaving soon. That's great news. The markets approve, and so do I. I wish my legislation had been the tipping point earlier, but I'm glad there will be an expiration date to his time at the SEC. But the opportunity really is that. I mean, if you think about America, we have won since the Industrial Revolution. We did automobiles, we did aviation, aerospace, computing. Everything is dominated, and why would we take a pass on financial innovation? And we really have. And not only taken a pass, actively worked to thwart it. I applaud, look, Joe Rogan did something. Our committee had I don't know how many hearings on Operation Choke Point in the way people were being debanked, but you look at the power of the media to make some of this stuff famous. Hopefully we can do something about that. And I want to say thanks to Epic. Appreciate your partnership. This year we had a bipartisan coalition, 123 Republicans and 96 Democrats worked together to pass the Fourth Amendment's Not for Sale Act. The government's been shamelessly violating our Fourth Amendment, buying data they would otherwise have to get a warrant or subpoena. Couldn't have done it without you. I think one of the things I'd just love you to comment about is the future of privacy and in particular, the opportunity to do something different than Mr. Foster wants to create the framework for a surveillance state, maybe zero-knowledge proofs or something like that. What other opportunities are there out there?
Absolutely, and appreciate the partnership and the question. I think you're absolutely right that when we think about the future of our presence in the digital ecosystem, we have to have systems that can enable individuals to actually have control and have a stake in that and not be subject to external control, to constant surveillance. And that really starts with the type of innovations that you're mentioning in terms of zero-knowledge proofs, technologies that can allow people to exist authentically and verifiably in this marketplace without constantly being tracked and surveilled.
Thank you for that. My time has expired, and I yield back.
I thank my friend, and thanks so much, and thank you. It's been an honor to work with you.